Good morning. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Morning. Busy.
Yeah.
Sales are just like I have a ton of lead calls for sales, so it's like this is a little boom going on. And then like there's like a lot of them are like mid to late stage leads. So we have a lot of white label customers, or like white label people who want a white label ChipBot.
Yep.
And I don't know what this I know why I know where these users are coming from, but the deal sizes are a lot larger than usual. So we're seeing a lot of people coming from, they manage like 20 or 30 crisp accounts, or they're this like go high level chatbot that they are using to resell to their clients, and it's just too expensive. And what's happening is, instead of like new businesses starting from scratch, a lot of them are taking their bots and transferring over to the ChipBot.
Interesting.
Because we're cheaper. And it's like the conversation is like very smooth. It's like, can you do this? Yes. Is this what it costs? Yes. I was like, okay, done. It's like our sales calls are like 20 minutes. And it's like, all you have to do is just do the transaction. And it's like, this has been like the past 3 days. It's just like nonstop, those kind of conversations.
Are you the only one fielding those sales calls? Are you the only one doing business?
I'm the close. I mean, the sales is one call, and the one call is the closing sale.
And that's you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Because we're mostly self-service, so we don't need like this huge funnel.
I know what I want to talk about today. I got it.
Okay.
I want to talk about ChipBot. I want to talk about the ins and the outs, and I want to understand it more, because here's what I was just saying to myself the other day. I have the free video of ChipBot on my site, and I basically recorded it a long time ago. I put it in and I said it and I forgot about it, and I don't think I'm doing it right. So I want you to school me as if I were a customer. Well, I am a customer, and say, for my businesses, right, for Fix and Form, a consulting branding agency, how better should I be using your product on my website? And I'm looking to upgrade to the paid version. Why would I do that? What would I use it for? What are some strategies? Because this is going to help people listening to the show understand what you sell and what it does for your business. And actually, it's going to help me learn too.
Yeah. I think like just going 10,000 feet above, it's really less about ChipBot and more about how do you want to connect with your visitors, right? A lot of businesses are more like, do you want to connect more on the offerings? Do you want to more connect on more of an EQ level, right? So it depends on the angle first.
Okay.
And that's when we determine like, okay, do you want to use video? Yes. Okay. Do you want to use ChipBot? Yes. Okay. For you, right, you're already kind of right past that. I think you're using ChipBot mostly fine, but your video or the lack of additional videos is really, really what I see. It's like, you can do a greeting. That's great. The greeting isn't what's going to make users go down the journey, though. The greeting is just going to make you stand out, right? Okay, if I'm looking for a rebrand, and I go on Google, and maybe I live in Colorado, right? Your name comes up, a few other names come up. The person is either right-clicking new tab on a computer, or they're clicking one, hitting back, clicking one, hitting back. That's the behavior. Same thing if you're on a phone. So the greetings makes you stand out. Okay, see Fix and Form, you come up, right? Anne's got this amazing greeting. She talks about who she is, why she's different. But then the actual meat of like, what do you do? What are the results do I expect? What are the case studies? That's what's missing in your subsequent videos, because ChipBots works like TikTok, where you can do like one 15-second video, scroll the next one, another 15-second video, scroll the next one. You're missing that connective tissue. So then you just go back to your landing on your website. So you may have stood out, but you may have, we'll just say out of 100 potential, we'll say highly qualified visitors visiting the website, maybe 2 or 3 of them actually saw the greeting and stayed longer, but you didn't do anything to take advantage of that.
I didn't hook them. Exactly.
Right. Well, you hooked them in the beginning. You didn't do the next stage.
I didn't sync it. I didn't sync it.
There we go. I was trying to figure out what that term was. my customer support person, we were talking about sales, and he was like, you didn't hook them, but he was talking about the end. I was like, no, you don't hook. It's the beginning is a hook, and the end, I couldn't figure out what the term was.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So then tell me this, just as a user, okay? So I have the ChipBot video there. So you're saying scrolling as if in that same frame on the homepage, they can scroll between the videos there? Or are you talking about another video on a different page?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about on the same page.
Okay.
So like, while we talk, I'll bring this up.
Yeah.
So,
will it auto scroll for them if they want to go to another video, or how does that?
Well, it works exactly like TikTok. It works exactly like YouTube Shorts. So it's not doing anything that they wouldn't do. So you watch the video, it loads like this, and then all you have to do is use your finger and swipe to the next one, and then swipe to the next one. And each video you can have different call to actions. So maybe if you're talking about use cases, your call to action might be going to use case pages. If you're talking about your offers and services, it takes you an offer and service page. Or maybe you have a really right now you just launched your Lovable website, right? There might not be a lot of different page content. You can actually just say, hey, just talk to me directly. You could download the ChipBot mobile app, and then you can talk with your visitors in live chat in real time.
Yep.
Or use AI to respond for you if you're like sleeping or if you're away or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other piece.
Can ChipBot be integrated into a Lovable website?
Oh yeah, it can work with any website. So in Lovable, we're actually releasing. My video editor is actually writing a tutorial for this, or scripting out a tutorial.
Great.
All you have to do is just go on Lovable and just be like, hey, here's the ChipBot snippet. Can you add this globally to the Lovable site? And then it'll do it. Just wait a couple seconds and it'll do it.
I'm definitely going to do it for the new AnnGillespie.com site, because now that we're talking about what to use the video for, I think it needs to be faster and shorter and quick, just like you said with TikTok. So it's a quick welcome, a quick greeting from me, very human, and then it gets right to the point. This is what I deliver on this website. This is where you'd want to go click.
And that's where the trends are going anyway, right? Now that anyone could build a website, maybe the design aesthetics that we might catch our eye, those are becoming less and less because it's so easy to generate them. But your personality, how you talk, how you represent your beliefs, is all captured in video, and website can do that.
Do you know what's amazing about this and us meeting over a year ago is I have always practiced human-centered branding, right? We always talk about that at Fix and Form. And I just was at an event last night where I talked about this, and I heard myself talking about this, and I realized this is exactly what your product is delivering in my mind. So the thought of, we say businesses are not unique, the people behind them are, and that's been hitting, right? I've been saying that everywhere. And so that's how we brand businesses. That's what my brand therapy does. Well, that's exactly what ChipBot's product is, which is amazing because your product makes a business come to life with the people behind it. It puts the people up front. So I say you can have the most beautiful website, but literally, I think in the future, my agencies need to be a white label retailer of ChipBot, because I think every single video or every single website that we produce, it's literally putting exactly what we're talking about front and center. We need a video with the people behind the business that makes your website unique.
It goes beyond that. So one of the coolest videos I see on ChipBot are these jiu-jitsu instructors. And it's cool because they show themselves, but then like 5 seconds later, they're showing the training, the sparring of their students. They're in, their dojo, and you see the flags on the wall and the blue mats. And then, you have a couple of different colored belts sparring with each other. That's the magic that you cannot capture anywhere else, because people know it's a quick video. So they're not committing to a long duration. So it's different than like you land on a web page and you get that big landscape video, right? That's a different type of interaction for folks. ChipBot's like one of those quick bites. And when you see that as a quick bite, 10 seconds in, your mind changes very, very quickly on, oh, I'm kind of interested. Like if you become a lead to a qualified lead almost instantly, it's very simple. Like it's not, I don't think ChipBot's really that revolutionary. We just do it really quick and very fast.
Right.
And that's really all you need is to make them stop them in the tracks and stop going to competitors and just, hey, let's stay on this website a little bit longer. Let's learn about the brand or the person behind it.
Right. I love that. Okay. So let's talk about strategies for different kinds of businesses then. What are the wide, vast use cases of ChipBot? What are some of the most unique ways that you've seen your users use ChipBot? What are some of these videos?
So a brand new one, and we're doing strategy guides on this too, is using ChipBot for top of funnel landing pages. So I'll give you an example. We do, and our customers do a lot of ads on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts. And when you watch those videos, people are already scrolling through like normal as videos. And what happens is currently today, you click a link, it goes to a page. 90% of the time, if it's a top of funnel ad, they are leaving that page within like 1 second. And then some of them will stay, but most of them are leaving too. You got to keep attacking with more and more of the same ad for them to start. You know, right? It's like, it's not even a rule of 3. It's like rule of 5 or 10 before like, okay, let me actually look into what this company is. And what we're doing is the same concept of ChipBot, but instead of lending to a website, we have something called ChipBot Direct, which loads ChipBot as its own standalone URL. And you can make it load to a specific video. And then that video is in a carousel, so you can scroll just like it. So what's happening is, and the new strategy that we're trying to spread out is, you click a YouTube Shorts ad as you're scrolling through video, and it takes you to a page that, again, it's now branded content, but it's scrolling, it's doing the same exact behavior the user was just doing a second ago. You're not reading content. You're not going down, like from a visitor's perspective, it doesn't feel like you're going really down a funnel. It just feels like you're just watching more content. What we're seeing is you're retaining double or even more of the visitors that click. Doesn't necessarily mean you're getting more sales because these are top funnel videos, but now you are basically spreading your idea more and more faster with the top of funnel content. What we're seeing, and we're still testing it with it, I don't think we've gone down the funnel quite yet, but compared to our previous tests, we are getting double the amount of retained users clicking those top of funnel ads. So if like before we were getting, let's say 300 clicks, only 40 would stay within the first 5 seconds. Now 80 or 70 to 80 are staying within the first 5 seconds. That means they're actually watching the video, and then they're even staying longer, right?
That's incredible.
Past that. So that's like the new thing that we're trying to do. And that's really unique. No one's really doing that. Everyone's just still click a link. Either it takes you to like a phone number, an app, or a link.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole new category of landing pages, which is take me to another series of videos. It's really like, treat it as if you're in the app. Like it's almost like you click it and you're still pretend you're in YouTube and you're just scrolling through more videos. And I think that's the whole idea of like these top of funnels campaigns is you're just trying to spread an idea. You're not trying to get a sale. Right. And you don't have to keep jumping more ads into it. You can be like, okay, you see this ad and then you can have your own series of content. And some of them could be entertaining, some of them could just be educational. You can put the series together and see what works. That's a brand new idea.
To clarify this is awesome. You're saying this lives in your website as a landing page.
It's separate. No, we have a separate link called ChipBot Direct, and you can have your own handle, like Instagram. So we'll have like @GetChipBot, and all it does is just load the video you can have call to actions in it too, and then you can scroll just like you're on YouTube, just scrolling, but you control the whole experience.
Got it. That's very cool. So it's literally bringing the social media and the YouTube short experience to a URL. To a control. It's basically saying, hey, I want TikTok too. Let me have that. It's basically what you're saying. So you get to say, I'm going to have a fix and forward TikTok. Okay. You can do that with ChipBot. Control you're the algorithm. You don't have to worry about anything, anything with ordering or unbranded content. You control the whole experience. That's awesome.
And the nice thing is it acts as a middle ground. Like, okay, from there, where do you want to go? Do you want them to chat with you? You can chat right in that same URL. Do you want them to go to a link? Do you want them to go to a phone number? Do you want them to go to wherever you want?
Yeah, you
have way more options.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so then tell me about if I were to be like a white label partner and a reseller. Walk us through a little bit of that experience, because I think that's a really cool offer.
Yeah. So everything I just said is available to be rebranded under your own brand. So it's a very popular product of ours, and a lot of it's mostly popular around digital agencies, marketing agencies, and real estate brokerages. Well, real estate brokerages is still an uptrend, still a very early stage thing, but those are the two industries that white label works really well, and it allows you to just say, "Hey, I want to resell what ChipBot does to my client," and then what we provide is kind of like an admin portal that says, "Okay, here, deploy ChipBot to this company, deploy ChipBot to that company," and instead of saying ChipBot, it can be Fix Inform AI. And it's completely scrubbed with all ChipBot branding. It's all Fix Inform AI. From the email sender, from the URL, from the little Power BI widget at the bottom, even the code snippet that is on the page that you put it on, install, that says Fix Inform AI.
Wow.
And it's turnkey. So I just had the same call earlier today. You can get set up on white label within 15 minutes with very little technical know-how, because all it does
is there a fee to set up, or do you just take profit share, whatever they sell?
Neither. You just pay your seats. So
I see.
Like we tell everyone, okay, you start out with 3 customer seats, and then you fill it up. And then our next tier is 10 seats. Once you get to 4, then you pay the 10 seats. So you're basically just prepaying seats. We're not doing payments for you. We're not in the middle. So you get to charge whatever you want. We're just providing the product. So that's why it's so fast to get set up.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are some of your best white label partners using it for? How are they distributing it? Is it really just cut and dry agency and they're putting it on their websites, or are they using it in a different way?
Most of them are cut and dry, put on their websites. So 90% of their clientele are small business owners. And I'm talking about like service-based business, like a dry cleaner, like a plumber, HVAC, always like that's like the number one thing that comes up. Electricians, handymen. Those are the typical websites they're deploying to. They typically just use, not all of them use video. I would say more than 50% use the AI chatbot, because that's what they wanted. Maybe they're not ready for video yet, and they just want an AI chatbot, deploy it. Right when you add it on the website, we train it off the sitemap. So the same sitemap you send to Google for SEO, we read it, we train the AI bot on it. We can plug in any different model, whether it be like Gemini or ChatGPT 5, and it's plug and play. So the person installing it doesn't actually need to click a button to train. They don't need to click anything. They just say, "Hey, set it up." They click wherever when they install it, you say, "Set it up for me," and it'll do all the training. It'll figure out the greeting message. It'll figure out what leads you want to collect. If you have a booking URL, all you have to do is specify the booking URL. That's really it. If the phone number's on the website, then ChipBot will figure out what the phone number is.
That's amazing. I love it.
It's literally a 5-minute setup.
That's great.
It does all this.
That's great. Where do you think the future of ChipBot is going? What are you looking to blow out next? What do you want to build?
It's just scale. I'm a firm believer is we can only do one thing and one thing really well. I got off a call yesterday. Someone said, "Could you do voice? Could you do call centers?" Absolutely, we could. But is that my interest? Could we integrate with social media chats and have one AI manage all the chats, not just on the web? Of course we could. But what happens is you start losing quality across different areas. Like, not only is my background in websites, but the future of where we're taking this should just make the best possible website bot in the world. We don't see websites going away. Actually, we see websites upticking going in 2026 as the enterprise markets start to adapt with AI, and especially with layoffs. I think there's going to be new entrepreneurs born going into 2026. And those folks are going to use AI to do a little bit of marketing, to do a little bit of design, a little bit of coding. They don't need to hire anyone. They could be one-man bands with a series of agents. And you know what they're going to need? They're still going to need a website.
Right. I agree with you. I don't think websites are going anywhere. I think the level of shopping and engaging in commerce is literally going to be more drawn to digital and online, and everybody's going to need a very strong digital footprint.
Well, hold on. Shopping is different though, right? Shopping, you don't need a website to shop, because you can. I know plenty of folks that just ship to Amazon. They just ship to Etsy. They just go to that platform. Websites are
Sorry,
still needed.
I meant shopping for business services, right? Just in the business landscape.
Absolutely.
But no, I agree with you. There's so many retailers out there that you don't need a website for a product. You just need to go sell it.
Services are definitely, I don't see a foreseeable future where services becomes is dedicated to a platform. I think we've seen in early 2010s is like you have Fiverr, you have Clutch, you have like certain platforms that try to unify it. But what happens is it just turns out to be a race to the bottom in pricing, because that's what all marketplaces do, right? If you go on Amazon for a product, you're looking for a cheap, most of the folks are looking for cheapest one or a specific one of the two.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the same thing with like a platform dedicated to services. Services are expensive already. So you're just looking for who can give me the cheapest, but the same amount of quality. So it's a race to the bottom there.
Exactly.
So having your own dedicated website, your own marketing allows you to have a little bit more control on the narrative, the perspective, and then ultimately the final sale.
Right. Have you seen any success with people using the same video content in their ChipBot videos as they do on social media for marketing for Reels content?
A lot of folks,
consistency
because
there?
they don't have time to create videos, they'll pull them from social, put on the website, which often are pretty good.
Yeah.
If they'll just take one of the most viral videos and put that on the homepage. I'm like, you could do that. Works.
Yeah.
And it's doing its job.
Yeah. Well, I would actually argue to do that, because that's brand consistency. It's almost like as seen on. When you say as seen on, you want to say, well, if you were on TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn and you saw the same video and you went to their website, it feels comfortable because it's familiar, because you've seen it before if they found you on a different channel. Yeah.
I think there's two sides of the same coin. You can either think of it as brand consistency, and now it feels like, oh, I'm at the right place for sure.
Sure.
But B, I'm even more confident in going down the funnel. There's that side of the coin. The other side is they already saw it, so you can continue the conversation instead of repeating it, right? And they both work. I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer there.
Exactly. Well, and you can also continue the conversation, right? So the reel could be the hook, and it could be where you get them. And
We've
then the ChipBot video on the website is literally following up the hook. So, oh, good. Happy to see you here. Thanks for coming. Kind of like, oh, yeah, you saw this. It's almost like the marketing we do for landing pages from a QR code. Oh, scan the QR code at X event, whatever that is. Great, you're in the right place. You found us. And then we move on, right? So we write content that very much is a story. There's a start, there's a middle, and then there's an end. So that whole thing is fascinating to me, of how you could use video to tell that story. Hey, oh, you found us on Meta? Great. Or scrolling TikTok? Perfect. Well, you got to the right place. So it's like that assurance with people shopping you that says, yeah, we're here. And also it's very human. And not a lot of business brands think to act that way. And so I think it's very, very good, to follow up with whatever tactics you're using, because it lets people know that there are humans behind the brand. It's not just some business bot, corporate kind of rolling through all of the standard stuff that nobody pays attention to.
Yeah. You brought me up another concept that we did last year, which is we worked with a restaurant that wanted to use ChipBots. So they would scan a QR code on the menu. They had these like QR codes on the table. And it was supposed to be the menu. They click it. It takes you, so I was talking about ChipBot Direct. It takes you to ChipBot Direct, but it takes you to a video, and you're just scrolling through the top dishes. So they would video record of like a quick like cooking, and then just like slide it in and serving it. And it would be like a 5-second video. Yeah. And then they could just scroll through the video like, oh, yeah, this is what I want. And they don't even have a button. They just have a text at the bottom that says, this is what the name of the dish is. And that's it. I
love that. That's great. So it's literally bringing their dishes to life.
Kind of. It's just like it's just like it's memorable. It's just it's just different, right? It just breaks through a couple noise, and it's fast. Like it's to me, it's really no different than reading. Their menu wasn't big either, but it's no different than reading their menu. It was just like it's just quick.
Yeah, that's great. Fascinating. Yeah. Well, thanks, Matt. This was great. I think it was really fun to highlight your company today and really talk about all of the benefits of it, because really, I mean, I love it. I honestly have said it and forgotten about it, and it's not doing it justice. I need to start using it, and this has given me some really good ideas. So I think I'm going to start thinking about some really great content to start putting on social media marketing, and then follow it up on my website with kind of the beginning, middle, and end story. I really like that concept.
Yeah. Oh, you have me as a resource, so
I
we'll get her
know.
done.
This is why I thought this is exactly what we want to talk about today, because I was just thinking this week, I was looking at my website and going, I really need to change this video. What should I do? What are some strategies with it? And I fully understand. I also think in the future, especially with 10 to launch, if we're building websites for people, there's no reason we shouldn't be a white label partner and use that ChipBot video on all of our deliverables, because really, I think every
It will
website
help get
needs video.
referrals. So the number one compliment we get from the most successful white label partners is they get more customers from the little powered by button.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I could work with this agency. They deploy it. It's white
That's
glove.
interesting, actually. I was talking to Shannon a little bit ago, and she builds websites, right? And so she said that she'll often get on the footer of her websites that she builds, it says built by Studio 144. She will literally get referrals just by having that on the website from somebody visiting one of her clients' websites. And that's exactly the same function you just said. In the video, it says, brought to you by 10 to Launch, or whatever your name is as a white label partner. That is literally a referral. If someone goes to a website and sees that video on there, they go, oh, wow, that's cool. I want that. And I want a website that has that. How simple is that to throw that on there? So I think that's genius. I really think that you have a great product. So thanks for walking us through it.
Cool. Well, thanks, Ann. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I think that does it for OnlyFounders today. Matt, thanks for your time. Always great chatting. You guys have a good one.